if it's possible to get access to one of the main contractors who actually was involved in building the facility, that would be the best.
I have some strong corporate contacts for my time.
That would be the first thing.
ARC.
Because that person can encompass all those other categories. Like the guy said, "Oh yeah, I was in charge of this system.
Yeah,
this is how we built it."
I built the fusion reactor in there.
Yeah, so they would know how the system was set up.
So we're gonna do a contacts roll.
Yeah, I've got 2.
All right, let's do that.
Is that the best option?
I think that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
Best option that also makes sense.
Yeah. That's a 5.
That's a 5.
Okay,
very
5. You in fact knew a guy who worked on the fusion reactor designs for this base because before it was a Fieldman facility, it just had an old nuclear reactor. And during the retrofitting for the new Fieldman facility, it needed to have more power for the supercomputer that would calculate the Fieldman numbers.
Same way the moon base was set up.
Exactly.
Nuclear reactor. Cool.
So you now
Actually,
have
same company.
advanced
Company,
diagrams. You
yeah.
see that there's 3 different sections to the base, each one going down one sub-level. The first level is the original military base. The second level was a addition that came slightly before the big threats from China. It was a bunker for the rich, and below that is the actual Fieldman facility that is where a giant supercomputer houses the algorithm and the calculations to get a person's number. There is also a radio dish up top where it receives and sends requests. And that's it.
Cool.
Ooh, does the bunker level have a room that still has a plaque that says Bagwell on it?
It might.
Ooh.
Roll big money. Let's see how big money you were.
It's now
How big is
it's now a
this money?
storage shed for potatoes.
Okay,
There's a
yeah, so
5.
Bagwell's were affluent enough to be offered this. You remember back in your history line, a period where your family invested into a bunker during the time when war was imminent.
They
Or
bought
war was almost about to happen.
Right.
They got in that Vault-Tec bunker.
Yes. But it never happened, right?
It never
So
happened.
Okay.
It's just that they had the room that they could go to in the case of a war. And they would get, of course, warning.
I'm guessing they refunded all of our money or something like that because
Some of the money.
I'm guessing they're not saying, "Oh, you can still come anytime you want." It's like, "Hi, I'm here to go enjoy my weekend in my bunker."
It's a subscription service.
Because that'd be exciting. It's like, well, if you were one of the rich people, you can actually come to this facility whenever you want. You just can't go
No,
down to the third level.
Again, after the big global warming crash, where a lot of cities fell
Right.
just due to weather,
Sure.
extreme patterns, the bunker kind of got lost
Okay.
in that as well.
I just wanted to confirm that I couldn't just still walk
Yeah,
in
yeah,
and say,
no.
"Hey, it's me." It's
Hey,
like,
I'm
"Oh,
here
it's
for
a-"
my bunker
Yeah,
spot.
exactly. It's like,
I'm certainly not carrying a virus or
Yeah.
a
A lot
mini
of
nuke.
a lot of places that are outside the megacities
Right.
were kind of abandoned then rediscovered
okay,
to be used for other things.
got it. All right.
So that's why you got the warehouses, the radio stations, the sea base, and also this mountain complex.
So now that Daryl has figured all this out, does this inform us as to the next step? Do we now know? Can we hack into it? Do we need a virus
yes.
to make it
So
vulnerable?
you know that you could hack into it using the very Fieldman system. You could sneak in requests going Fieldman requests, so with some DNA to go with it, and then that gives you a short time that you're in the system as you're waiting for the response. So you could do a hack, but you're not going to be able to do that much.
Can we do?
What if we get physical access to the system? Would we have more flexibility?
Of course.
Okay.
Can we do that? So, I know if any of you guys watch those TV shows that do insane magical science that it can't possibly be done in real life,
Like CSI.
Yeah, like
Friends.
CSI or Bones and things like that. Because the thing is that in 2 seasons ago on Bones, they did something which was so off the reservation that even I was like, because Bones is one of the shows I actually respect as doing usually good science, but they had one where this master hacker scratched symbols onto these pieces of bone of one of his murder victims, so that when the Bones team scanned the bones into the machine, it
That's
inserted the
awesome.
virus onto the computer.
That is awesome.
That is
Is
actually kind
only
of,
semi-implausible.
And
Yeah.
there are some
It's-
things because they can embed things into images now, so
Yeah.
it's not entirely impossible, and I was explaining that.
Yeah.
But what they did in the show was like that next
Yeah.
step that was currently
yeah.
impossible.
So you could possibly do something.
So
like
I
that.
mean,
what-
if you had like
Cool.
mechanically precise like
Yeah.
scratching
Yeah.
robot
Right.
implement.
I mean, you guys heard about the self-tweeting tweet, right?
Yeah. So
how does
so
that? What?
So, in Twitter, when you write a tweet, it is technically part of the page. So someone figured out a way of writing code into the tweet, so that when your page loads it, it would read it as actual code to do stuff.
Yeah.
And the do stuff code was to press the retweet button.
So,
So
it
as soon as you
instantly went to
screen,
infinite.
so it's,
or
yes,
something?
well, not infinite.
Or
But as
is
soon
it-
as you, as someone's screen looked at the tweet, you'd retweet just automatically.
yeah.
Oh,
So it would
interesting.
reach up like a ton, like 400,000 retweets. As you know, you'd see it, and everyone that like looks at is like a Twitter follower of you would see it, and then they would tweet it.
But
That
you
is
would look at your
cool.
profile and it would show you having retweeted that. You'd be
Yes.
like, I don't
Yes.
remember.
Yep.
doing
Because
that.
as you scroll to it,
Wow.
the code was done as if you would press the button.
So the reason I bring up this
It's like
issue
it's
is
a way of
That's
hacking.
cool.
Yeah.
while it is not that plausible to insert a virus into scratches on a piece of bone, it is very reasonable to insert a virus into DNA code because
Yes,
the
a
sequence of
genetic
DNA
sequence is huge.
is so gigantic that hiding code in there is almost arbitrarily doable.
Yes.
So if we're
Yes.
submitting a gene sequence for Fieldman number analysis,
So the question is, do they scrub their input?
I mean, they probably do. Anyways, back to the map.
oh yeah, sorry.
Next week, you'll have a detailed map
Okay.
to look at for doing all your work. You
Cool.
have detailed schematics, most of it resolving around the actual fusion reactor, but you have some basic rooms because he has to know where things are if he's going to build a fusion reactor in there
Mm-hmm.
for the thing. But
But it's not completely fleshed out.
it's not completely fleshed out, as in there will just be boxes of space. He knows that there's a room there, but he doesn't know what that room's
We know
purpose is.
roughly how much power it's going to draw, maybe?
Exactly, you know, like power stuff specifically. You know where things are taking up the most power, which is in the Fieldman facility. Which, Amber, roll a tech nerd.
Okay. Three.
No.
Can I get a reroll?
You have
Have
two.
You have
I
two.
have two.
Yeah.
This could be your second one.
This would be your second
Why
one.
not?
Do I want to use it?
Yeah, that's abnormally low
Yeah.
Okay.
for 3 dice.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, now I'm gonna
There's a
throw
3 again.
There's a 3.
Okay.
So the
Throw out
numbers.
those dice.
So Sally, you're looking at the numbers that the Fieldman facility is probably taking. It's a lot lower than it should be for a supercomputer that's doing this kind of DNA resequencing.
Oh.
So what was our complication that we just got?
Maybe secret. It'll come up next week when it's like
That information might
The
be...
complication is that it is just an old man in a room writing numbers on a piece
No,
of paper.
that'd
That's why
That'd
there's
be
so low
stupid.
power. That's why there's so
yeah,
low power.
the power just goes to like
A little light
keeping
bulb.
him alive.
Yeah.
It's just like the guy.
He's like,
He's old.
Yeah, it's
I
nice
don't
when he
know.
cracks his knuckles. Like, all right, what numbers do I need to do today?
no. The complication is that when we show up,
The
her
power
hat was
is to-
clearly discovered. It's like, hello, Sally. I've been waiting for you.
Well,
and it's her
she
teacher
didn't-
from when
didn't-
she was
didn't
learning her
hack.
hacking
She
skills.
didn't hack. She just looked at the diagrams and saw
Oh,
a number
okay.
that didn't make sense.
The power is to keep on his like old timey lamp and his like
Alright,
wheel of
so-
fortune.
But anyways, you now have
That'd
a
be amazing.
you have a detailed map, so you can do more targeted things with your mini operations.
We got 3 mini operations left?
4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what else do you guys want to do?
I don't know. I feel like we're pretty much done. Maybe like
Yeah.
I mean, do
yeah,
you want
let's
to
use let's
you
get
wanna-
some tasty bagels.
do you want to get any? Do you want to use your 4 operations to get donuts?
I want to.
Why
use-
don't you wait?
one?
I want
Hold
to
on.
use at least
To get-
one of the operations to get out of this death trap.
I want to use one of the operations to
I guess it doesn't need
retrofit
operation.
this death trap
No, you can't.
to fix up the
No,
place.
no. You
Okay.
got.
Make it
You're
spick and span.
abandoning the
I
sea
don't
know.
base
point.
I
in
want
2
to
months.
The only reason that's there is so we have a time crunch.
The only
That's why
reason
it's
we're
there.
abandoning it is because it's so defunct. We could
We
like,
could give.
refunk it.
We could.
It's been years of efforts have been done to try to keep this place fit. It just was not designed to be here for 90 years.
Captain Jam
Okay.
here, you salty Sams.
So, guys, we need to come up with, like, we know we're going to deliver a virus. Are we going to try and gain physical access to their systems?
I think so.
We have to, right?
Yeah.
I think if we really want to get it out, that's what we have to do.
So based on
So-
having these maps, do we know that it can be done surreptitiously, or does it have to be done using like disguise and like? Do we think is it one of those things where we drive out to a mile away and say this is where one of the exhaust ports are, and then we spend like a whole
Yeah,
thing
can we,
zooming
like,
through-
Gordon Freeman...
Yeah.
You won't, from the schematics, you see that there was only one entrance, and that's the front entrance.
Is it just 2 meters wide where one ship could get in? And
No, it's a normal truck entrance that has
So,
like a
so
giant.
we're gonna build a giant wooden horse.
Yes.
We're gonna hide inside.
And leave it in front of the train hole.
You see that you have to
The
go
train
in.
hole.
You have to go in through the front, and to
see
get
the
to
train.
the Fieldman facility, you have to go through the military base, and then through the bunker, and finally you're in the Fieldman facility.
Okay.
So it'd
So we're
be
gonna have to get in there.
nice if somebody worked there, or if they had.
Don't you have an inn
uniforms or
with being
something.
like part of the rich family that bought a? I missed this part, but don't you have an inn like being part of the rich family that?
No,
bought
that
a-
is
yeah,
that. Not
yeah.
anymore.
Okay,
It, it was like part of the history
So-
of it.
so
is
that-
that bunkers were added during the height of fear of war.
Right.
And just he rolled to see if the Bagwells managed to get a piece of the pie.
Would it
So
be-
can we spend one of our mini missions activating one of our sleeper agents that's been there the whole time?
No,
That can't be true because we just found out
Oh,
the
'cause we
location.
just
a
found
while
I
out it
ago.
think
exists.
I think we need to use a mission for some kind of observation, just see who goes in and out, like what we can glean
Sure,
of
you
the
can,
internal like staff structure.
Yeah, you can spend a mission to observe
'cause we need to
and
figure
to
out, like-
see their the guard
It
rotation.
seems like we're going to need to physically get onto the premises.
Right.
We need to do so.
Well, not just get onto the
Convincingly.
premises, but like get all the way down to the Fieldman facility so I can like plug in my USB
Oh,
Who
radio
the hell
thing.
goes to the Fieldman
Yes.
facility?
Is there like an inspection group that goes through monthly or something like that? That's different. That we can pretend to be.
They've got to do plumbing
Is it
at some
possible
point.
for me to input fake
So do
people into the system? And for
Yeah.
us to be fake people when we go in and
we?
do
Do we
this?
have
They're
any
still gonna
agents
notice our
in the
faces,
government?
though.
Like at all in the government?
You have a couple, but you also yes,
none
you
of
have a
them
couple.
None of them are involved with the Fieldman
But-
mission, though.
Yes,
Do it,
you could.
but
Not that facility, no.
it's still not.
They're pretty careful about who they bring into the facility.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Here's the thing. So what Sally said is very. So we need to have a multi-layered thing, right? So if any of us fails, the others will succeed.
Right.
So there are 3 ways to get in.
So we need
right?
to go for
Number
different
one is we have 24 days.
strategies.
So there's 3 things we can do. Number one, we legitimately get hired. Number 2, we can find someone who works there and take their place.
So the
th-
old flying monkey uniform.
Yeah,
Right.
and number 3, we can have Sally insert a fake authorization for an external team. We should do all 3.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
One
cool.
person, 1 or 2 people should
That's
try
awesome.
to actually get a job
That's
there.
great. Oh, that's
1
awesome.
to 2 people should try to figure out if through contacts can contact someone is like, oh, you're the disgruntled like code guy. Tell you what, we'll pay you $500,000 to trade your kick to us and your identity and give us your badge, and we'll go to work for you next week. And then a third group will go in as, hi, we heard that your toilet is backed up and now like level 3 is like covered with feces. We're here to take care of that for you. Or you may even use one facility hack in order to create a problem that necessitates that they find an outside contractor
Yes.
and come fix it.
Yes.
It's like, oh my gosh, all the poop. We gotta call someone fast.
Yes.
Okay, so all 3.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
one
Okay.
operation left.
So one at a time. Which one do you want to do first?
I think actual jobs.
Actual
Yeah.
jobs. So you want to try and get hired. So
Right, because if
Walk-
that one, if
walk
that,
me
I'm not
through
sure
this.
which
If
is
that
better
one-
for a show off.
if that one fails, then there's not really any consequences.
now,
Right.
how do you plan on doing that one? Do you plan on like interviewing.
Oh no, it's super easy, right? Because basically what it is that we have like a 2-week window, 2 or 3 week window.
Yes.
So first of all, we find out, is there any possibility to get it done? And if it is, we create the perfect candidate based on what skills we have, right? It's like, our doctor happened to be gone, or we need someone with great computer skills, or whatever, right? If you watch that show,
You know what?
Person of Interest,
great computer skills.
the nerdy character, every other episode, the way he gets into the organization, he gets himself hired because he's such an amazing hacker and his intelligence is so high. He basically looks through the company, finds out what their need is, inserts like a resume thing that is exactly designed to emulate what they want.
Okay.
And then he comes and applies for the job.
Gotcha. You could fake a transfer request within a government database. That way you don't have to do it inside of the actual facility.
Wait, transferring someone, a worker, one
Into
of us,
the system, yeah.
into the system?
Well,
Yes.
a worker who is like you hack in a worker who is already in the system, a transfer request, i.e., one of you guys, to go there.
Okay.
Does that happen? Do people get transferred to this facility? It doesn't really sound like
It's
it.
got to happen eventually
Well,
because
yeah.
people can't
You
work
have to-
forever.
Yeah, you have to have people.
People
working
quit.
there.
People
Right, but it sounds like they'd
don't
be
like-
trained for that specific. Maybe.
Well,
not.
that's why
They
it's
don't.
a
The workers
transfer
don't have to
request.
necessarily know what's going on there.
They
Right.
probably have to have proven themselves by working for the government for a long
You know,
time.
That's
I'm
why
willing to
it's a transfer
get to
request.
that.
Right. I'm willing to bet that
level of
most of the people
security
who work there don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just an anonymous facility, and
It's like the facility
yeah,
in Utah.
huh.
It's
They probably would
huge.
know.
There's no way
Do you
everyone
want
who
to
works
try
there
and
has
hack
that
a
level of
transfer
clearance.
request?
Right?
Okay. Which character, which person is going to be assuming the position of a government worker?
Assuming the
It
position
has-
of the government. It has to
I
be
think I
somebody
should
who's
because I have the
least-
highest show off.
You have the highest show up. Well, no. So I think Yumi should be the person who's in one of the other two groups that actually needs that more. Because if
I'm
you
not sure which
legitimately
needs
work there,
it.
you don't have to show off.
Yeah.
Because you actually are legitimately
It should be me, right?
So we're having someone get hired
you
and then other
No.
people go onto the base to fix something.
Yes.
Right.
And you
Okay,
should
so
be in the
that's-
group
that's
of the
what
people
that's showing
who
off,
are going
Right.
on the
And
base
even
to
more
fix
is the
something.
one who goes in as someone who already works there, pretending to be that person. Those two are hard.
It's
I don't think
that's-
that would be
it's-
as hard because that there you have both getting hired and assuming an existing worker that you have credentials.
But pretending to be somebody else is going to require show off more than just getting hired.
Yeah, because once you show it, because it may be that you have coworkers who know you. It's like, you don't look like Bob, or even worse, you don't look like LaQuisha.
So I should be the guy who
Girl,
gets
please.
hired.
it's like
I just got my hair did.
hired as what?
Well,
Transferred.
we may have to edit this out.
why not a maintenance worker? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm buff, I'm tough,
Yeah, maintenance.
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
are you good at that sort of thing?
I mean, it can't be that hard. Muscles, right? I'm not talking like
Oh, you're talking
weird
like heavy
wiring. I'm
lifter.
talking like heavy lifting. Yeah.
Okay.
It would also be a role that doesn't require a lot of like convincing people you can do the job.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
It's
It's
really
like-
just like having the paperwork.
Trying to
Yeah.
Be like,
demonize.
Who are you supposed to be? It's like, I'm the new transfer. It's like, oh yeah, we got you.
Sam's
Please,
a pretty
please report to room 5.
huge guy too, so they'll be like, oh yeah, this guy can lift
Yeah.
couches.
And you've
nobody
got some
pays
badge, so you
attention
can
to
pretend to be
Okay,
a
are
member.
you
Go
ready?
ahead and roll, Amber.
Okay. And I get a
Oh,
+5.
thank goodness.
You
all right.
are in the system and
7.
you get a promotion.
Hey, look at that. Wait, I don't want a promotion.
Ooh.
I want to be as low
I mean,
down as possible.
Yeah, he wants.
A
He
raise.
is even
You get a
lower.
A raise. My annual salary is like $400,000.
Don't worry, I'm writing down that you got a 6. But okay, so anyways,
Highest paid maintenance worker.
Yeah.
so
Your union is really good.
The
you
other
managed
workers
to hack
lynch me
into
'cause I get
a
paid more than
government, to a San Francisco government database. You insert.
Well, that just makes his credentials extra clean.
Sam
Like,
Faraday
Put
as
the
a
little picture over the badge.
Yeah, you insert him as a new person. You do the
Copy
paste.
paste.
Oh, yeah, that's
Copy
right.
paste to print out a new badge using your fancy badge printer. And,
It's like the classic trope in TV shows, so the viewer knows what's happening.
and
It's
you
like-
also you have the foresight to also get him a uniform.
Good thinking.
You weren't gonna do that if you didn't roll a 6.
I didn't think the maintenance
Oh my
workers had
goodness.
uniforms. I thought they just had overalls or whatever.
And
Oh,
so
every maintenance worker.
you managed to procure
Yeah,
everything
usually have
necessary to
uniforms.
make Sam Faraday look like the perfect maintenance worker.
Okay, we've got.
Mission successful. What
We'll
would you like to
smile
do
at the
next?
ding.
Yeah.
Find someone willing to trade his identity for one of us.
Right, and I will use my deals to convince him.
Yeah.
Okay, go
You
for it.
should win it in a gambling game. Never mind.
No, that's
Not-
a little.
that's
too,
rid-
that's ridiculous.
cliche.
How'd you get your identity? I won it in a poker game.
Guys.
5.
Yeah, you are able to find someone through your connections with ARC, just a regular old worker on the Fusion. He works on the computers, makes sure all the levels are set and all that kind of stuff. He's tired of his job,
It sounds
he
like a
says-
Yu-Gi-Oh game.
and he's more than willing to buy out for his identity
Fusion level.
and then disappear into like
And of course, we
like
will
an
disappear.
irrational safe
We
house.
will. Yeah.
I
We
buy
will
his
reward
family
him
a
handsomely.
surprisingly luxurious cruise where he can go on holiday
Very
for a couple
nice.
weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
He appreciates that.
Or he can just run to another country that doesn't use the Fieldman system.
with all
Ooh.
his money.
And that doesn't have extradition?
France.
Yeah.
New France.
New France, no extradition there.
Yeah.
new old.
No, that's the
France.
European Union.
Oh, yeah, right. Because there's mega countries.
Is the city of France called Parfait now? Never
City
mind.
of France.
Never mind.
No,
The
what
capital
you're
of
talking
Oh, the
France.
capital.
Okay, so that's third mission success. You have 2 more, right?
So are we going to try and sneak somebody in also?
Yes.
Okay.
As the poop drain crew.
Yeah.
Sneaking
Okay.
through the
PDC.
train
Create
hole.
So that
there.
sounds like you're gonna
So I
create
guess
a
that's
problem.
me.
You're gonna create a problem and then hack the solution that's being done.
We'll set to go fix it on the day.
Yeah.
So
What problem? So how are you getting in? Are you gonna get in at all?
It depends on if the crew is 3 of us or just 2 of us or 1 of us.
Oh, okay.
It
So-
should be.
I mean,
so-
three.
it should be the
three
rest
you?
of us.
Yeah.
Let's just
Yeah.
all go.
Yeah.
And then is there the question of do
So
we
the
want to make
poopsmith
it a
and his
maintenance?
Can I effectively
Problem.
disguise myself as this desk worker? To a point where it's like
he-
not flags going off. Like
he-
I'm not blonde.
so-
he's,
so when you-
he's brown or something.
When you talk to him, trying to like get his kick from him, he tells you that most people just walk in, scan their badge, nod at the security guard, and walk to their spot and just work.
But they have a camera security system that would flag people that they hadn't seen before potentially. I want to just
There's
not get drawn
no,
up
there's not,
immediately.
there's not
Okay.
facial
I am going
recognition.
to, as effectively as I can,
You can do that,
disguise
yes.
myself. Do I need
Sure.
to make a show-off roll because I'm disguising
We'll do
myself?
that at the time.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll see if it's good enough.
So let's decide what problem we want to create. Like, do we? Even though
Do we want to create a poop problem?
well, I always use the poop problem as my
like.
go-to example, but that's only because I have
Look,
goddaughters.
you sneak
so I
more of
poop on
those
their head all the
vomit
time.
pills into the...
Yeah, but it could be a much more reasonable thing for our skill set, like rather than being toilet junkie, because we already have a toilet junkie, so we don't want to keep duplicating the same thing. So
Tech problem.
yeah,
Oh,
like
maintenance guy, you came in the right day.
yeah,
However,
like
Shitter's going
Yeah, so it's
crazy.
gotta be some sort of
It's
a
an
problem.
internal system and it just keeps on repeating.
It's got to be a problem that they can't solve themselves.
or something that reasonably would have an outsider, like an external audit or something.
We
Because
could-
even though if they're a government facility, the number one thing is like there's gonna be some crazy legislators who think I need to have oversight. You know, we're gonna like send in auditors or something.
we could fire their on-hand physician so they have to call one in or like find really bad things if they even
But
have
then
it
I wouldn't have
on-hand.
any reason to bring like 2
Position.
extra people with me.
Yeah, we're nurses.
Well, so I imagine you're going to be sitting in the base doing your hacker thing, and we just
Okay.
like plug in the
Oh,
radio
you-
transmitter, and then you're
Okay.
in
Oh,
hack remotely?
cyberspace.
No,
to
no,
support
no.
us?
Oh,
Because we don't want, if you're going to be in cyberspace,
be in the
jacked in,
van
we don't want
outside.
you.
did you see
in danger.
Spy?
Yeah, that
Did I
was
see
great.
Spy?
Yeah, you could be Melissa McCarthy's character, who's just in the office, like it's like wait a minute, there's a mouse on my desk. All right,
But they won't have, like, you know, we won't be able to get real-time info because it's in a mountain.
Isn't that going to draw a lot of attention
We
if
can
the
get
famous Dr.
radios.
Bagman, who was just involved in an irrational plot? Like,
yeah, I can't be in there because they're gonna say, wait, are you Dr. Bagwell? It's like,
Bagwell. Sorry.
no, I'm not. It's like,
Fine.
no, he called me Bagman earlier, but it's
Like Baggins.
yeah. You called me
I
Bagman.
did call you
Okay.
Baggins.
So
I've definitely called you Bagwell because I can easily look at your sheet and be like, Dr. Patrick Bagwell.
Well, that was for that's what it's for. It's for
yeah,
you to
it's
see.
for me to
So-
remember and everyone else.
But yeah, so I probably shouldn't go in because unless unless they're, you know how Google always has like those cool things where today you get to meet Kanye West. It's like I could be there. It's like, hi, I'm Patrick Bagwell to answer your questions.
Yes, your employer,
Justice's
the
bodyguard.
government,
Yeah.
brought me into.
No, it could be one of those things. It's like the monthly employee cool thing is like this month is like, hey, would you like to talk to Dr. Oz about your problems? How to lose more weight in 3 easy steps. It's like, is your cholesterol too high? Dealing with stress if you work for a highly secret government agency.
You could possibly hack in that you're a visiting doctor doing government checkups.
I'd rather be giving a lecture to the people.
Yeah, I
Do
like the
a
idea of
book signing or
leveraging your
something
TV.
Big, a big
Yeah,
distraction.
They're gonna recognize it's you
That's
anyway, so you gotta go
perfect.
full bore.
Yeah, I just go in as myself. It's like, in fact, I could once again fall victim to the irrational.
Yeah.
Like, while the thing
Well,
goes
it's
down,
not
it's like,
my month.
Well, Dr. Bagwell.
like when the red lamp's go on, I can go, oh no, not again! It's like,
Then you get to meet that apathetic police captain who's like, didn't think I'd see you again.
yeah,
We're gonna
I know, right?
create a doctor convention-esque thing.
Yeah, something cool like that where I can be, and then I can bring Dustin as both my security person and the guy who sits at the table selling my books.
It could be.
No, like
And then I sneak off.
like you're
If I
the
don't-
like
Because
you're a
you're
bodyguard and Amber's
perfect.
like your agent.
No, I'm in the van outside.
Oh, you're not going in?
I
Yeah.
could go in.
She's gonna be Jack.
Oh,
in,
you're
man.
gonna be jacked in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want Dust to be over
You could
there,
be his
like,
agent.
selling my latest book, Stress Relief and Your Diet. Are you eating too many protein bars?
They're not serving protein bars.
No,
it's a
it's-
black bar for just prisoners.
Okay, so
Made
you're
out of
probably gonna
roses.
make big money, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Or fame.
Is that
Oh, I guess
big
there's
money
a-
or is that
that's
hacking?
going to be hacking because you have to hack that like scheduled event into their schedule.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
get
yeah.
a
Not-
+1,
so,
so
like-
we're gonna.
Wow. Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah, there it
There's a
is.
six.
Yep.
Well, she made enough
On the
crappy
day
rolls
of, you have
today.
organized an event. You've managed to create a person that doesn't exist in HR that no one knows about. Send out a group email to everyone
Yeah.
talking about a convention that's on its way.
And with that
Not
role
a
being so
talk,
high,
be on its
it's
way.
like the most popular thing all year.
Yeah.
Like I got better results than when Adele came to give
Yeah.
that free concert.
Like you managed to perfect the clip art, moving on to corporate email
Yes.
to a T.
This is pretzel day for these people.
They heard.
And,
They
And
heard
there will
that
be wine.
they heard there's gonna be a raffle and that Bagwell was bringing some surprise gifts.
I swear that is actually a pretty legit way you could probably sneak into a lot of places. Is just
Yeah.
like so and so is doing a talk and mass invite from
Yeah.
a person you've never heard of before,
Yep.
In
and then
your
you show
big
up on the
company,
day.
yeah.
Like people are expecting you because they see that invite. And you're like, I am supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Give me my temp badge, please.
Yeah.
And like,
Everyone knows you're there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Here's your temp badge. Here you
No,
go.
what are you gonna be doing in the facility? Like
Giving a talk. It's like a workshop,
Oh,
right?
you're just gonna be there?
Yeah, I will just be there
As
with a
Dr.
workshop.
Patrick
He's gonna
Bagwell.
roll in a gigantic briefcase of books that may
So
or may
do
not
you-
have
Are
some
you guys gonna do
C4 in it.
anything that instead of just be there, or like?
Just be there.
Well, so that's our opportunity, right? At some point, I will go use the bathroom and shadow
things
off,
to do.
and
And when things go down in the
We'll at
chaos,
least all be there. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
That's kind of what we did with
All
the
right.
training.
Okay,
Just
so
like we're
do you
all
have-
so
there.
do
do you
one
actually
more
have a
left?
book?
Yeah,
that you
one
just
left.
read?
One left. We
Yeah.
just did 3, right?
Yeah.
So we got
Wait.
one left. We're infiltrated fully.
We should
Donuts.
get some high-tech communication equipment.
Yes, something
Yeah,
that
there
will
you
big
go.
mountain.
Some kind of like
That's a good idea.
Subspace
Okay.
technology.
So-
So
That
someone
I
could
would
use
say-
Technerd to
Wormhole
create these devices.
talking.
Someone could use connections to try and get them.
Tech nerd or connections?
Who's got the highest score?
I've got 3 in Tech Nerd.
Is tech nerd applicable?
Yeah, you can make the device.
Yeah, just build it
do
ourselves.
that.
Go ahead, you're having good
An
luck.
event is right there. It's the
Amber's
first
on-
thing you do with
Amber's
the
on
Technerd.
fire. Can I assist? Oh, no.
Oh, she invents subspace radio.
You invent
Whoa.
a super cool short circuit
Entanglement
communication
device.
Entanglement.
Oh,
an
it'd be like on
entanglement
Ender's
device.
Game. She discovers how to communicate to the past.
And it's a
So
super-
much so that they've been anticipating my arrival for this talk for 3 months now.
And
They're so excited.
so a small communication device that managed to pierce through even mountains, And all it does is it needs to be placed right here under the chin.
Wait, is
And
it
it's such a
communications or
device.
is it like a data link so that she can jack in through this?
Oh, is that what you wanted? Or I thought you wanted communications.
No, we want communications.
I wanted communications because I can
I-
give.
You know what?
So if we've
Communications,
got-
disagree.
if we-
communications can also mean.
Okay.
It
She
means
can,
there's
she can
some
talk
data.
to us while she's jacked in.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you get a cool device that goes here,
Plus, I just
and
give
it's
you guys
able
a CD.
to-
You put it in the player.
and with some training, it's able to
Sub-vocalize.
sub-vocalize. That's what it is. So you just need
Spend
to
time
move your
training
vocal
it.
cords,
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to create sound through it.
Perfect.
Oh, it's like those things on Artemis Fowl. Okay.
Yeah. So
So
you
we
don't even need to
talk.
speak through it.
Perfect.
We're like Tibetan throat singers.
It's a fancy device, and this device actually exists today.
Overtone singing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
cool little thing that like checks your muscles, and depending on how your muscles move.
What does it sound like? Does it sound like your voice, or does it sound like computer voice?
You know, I don't remember.
It sounds like a computer facsimile of our voices.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, that's exactly what it is.
Well, cool. Sounds like our plan's made.
Okay. Yeah.